Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a screenwriter's rant on Barb and Star Go to Visit Del Mar. And this is a Kristen Wiig comedy movie. It starts with a kid delivering newspapers. Uh, so I assume this takes place in the distant past when people still read newspapers and wore Walkmans. So what's his take? I got maybe it's the 80s or the 90s, early 90s. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it is. I don't really know, but it seems that way. And then Barb and Star, I believe they were characters in a Saturday Night Live sketch, right? I'm pretty sure. Um, so they're doing their bit and they're not showing their faces because that's the joke. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if you're big fans of the characters, this is funny. I didn't. I stopped watching Saturday Night Live a long time ago, so these characters don't really do much for me. Now that being said, it's usually a good idea. Jesus, Joan, let me finish. It's usually a good idea if you're doing a comedy to have, strong ties. What? What the hell do you want? There. What? You want to get down? Okay, here. Go do what you do. Jeez. It's usually a good idea to have characters with strong ties like this. You know, they have a history, so there's a lot to draw from. The problem is, do people really know these characters and do they really care? I think the problem with a lot of comedies like this is the actors themselves get caught up in what they do. I know of one group, one comedic actor, and him and his boys sit around and they tape things for hours and they just improv, and then from there they cobble together a story. And I think that process, judging by his movies, rarely works. Yeah, there's funny bits in it, and there's funny bits in that moment. But I've been in comedy writers meetings, and some things that you do in the meetings, they only work in the meetings. They're great to pitch, they're hilarious in the moment, but they don't actually translate into something that's funny. And then there is stuff you pitch in the meeting that doesn't sound funny at all, which will be hilarious if you script it and work it on the screen. So you got to have a better gauge. And unfortunately, I think a lot of Hollywood celebrities get caught up in their own talent. And this feels like that. Just because. But on the other hand, I've heard that when you sign on for Saturday Night Live, you're contractually obligated to do a bunch of movies, Saturday Night Live type movies. So this may be something Kristen Wiig is contractually obligated to do. Although it is smarter that they've waited this long for her to do one, because her career is a lot more established. And, so I think it's more likely that people will go to it. But to be honest, it doesn't look unfunny. It looks crazy and over the top, which sounds like it could be fun. Terry Crews is that Terry Crews? He looks kind of like Terry. No, that's not him. And that looks funny. These two people rubbing suntan oil on each other. So it may be a funny movie about going on vacation, which is something everybody can relate to. But it feels at best kind of a something you'd rent, and I think that's what it is. It's good cadence. Barb and Star go to visit Del Mar, and then they still don't show their faces here in the sand. Everywhere you rent movies, February 12th. Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds like the kind of movie you'd rent. It doesn't sound like the kind of movie you'd get up and go somewhere to see. If you're piping it right into your TV, yeah, that's okay. And you might get some laughs at it, you might not. It depends on, I guess, there'd be a lot of vacation bits in this. But that's something I think a lot of people can kind of relate to, going to a resort and doing all resort things and doing touristy things. If they stick with that plus the friendship, I think it could be a funny movie. Even though it's not really my kind of movie, I probably wouldn't relate to it because I don't go on vacation. Not really. So, as much as I kind of don't want to like the movie because Kristen Wiig is in it, and I'm still a little sore about what she did to Ghostbusters, but I gotta say this could be good. It doesn't look good. The trailer doesn't look good, but it's a different kind of trailer. The trailer doesn't really show much of the movie. The trailer's more about doing a bit in the trailer. And I also got to say, it's probably not a movie aimed at me. It's probably more of a girls' movie, because it's got two female characters and they're going on vacation, and it feels like a girl thing. But that all being said, the suntan oil bit made me laugh. I thought that was funny. So I think it could resonate with a lot of people. So I think it could be good. I would give it a chance if this is resonating with you, or if you like the characters from SNL. It's not my kind of, it's not my kind of movie, but I'm not, I can't knock it all that much. Even as I mess up the controls here for the video. So that's it. We'll see you in the next video.